we're going to give it a minute or so and let a few people get in here, and then we'll get started with this live. Hope everybody's weekend is off to a great start. We'll see how this goes. It's a big fire in the area. So it's a little smoky out here. Hope everybody's weekend's off to a great start. Oh, okay. Right. Yeah, I get it. Okay. So, yeah. Uh, all right. You should get your little wrench here. It's not showing it, but I added you already. So, hope everybody's having a good weekend, or at least that it's off to a good start. There we go. Now you changed to blue. So, what do we want to talk about tonight? Hey, what's up, Luis Vega? Nah, not tonight. Nah, I don't smoke that stuff anymore. Yeah, okay. Yeah, my channel's primarily about sobriety and where my addiction took me, and that's typically what I talk about on here. What's up, Juan? Hey, shout out to Brazil, Mito YT. Yeah, I hope everybody's doing well tonight. I guess we'll talk about sobriety a little bit tonight. That's usually what we talk about, mixed in with some stories. Yeah, give the live a like Luna says. That's Q, like Q says. Definitely helps. We're not going to get into politics on this. Appreciate it, though. You know, it's about sobriety, right? So, I went to rehab, and oh God, it was like late 2006, maybe. And one thing I noticed was, as addicts, like, we're all a little different, right? But yeah, he hasn't. You're right. That's what he says. But when I was in, like I said, when I was in rehab, I noticed it's tends to be a lot of people that aren't comfortable in their skin, and so, and what I mean by that is that they feel they're awkward, not necessarily very social folks for the most part. Not everybody, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to put everybody into that category, but, it's all about not worrying about what everyone else has got to say, just being comfortable with who you are. And that's really important with obtaining sobriety and maintaining it as well. Because, a lot of times, like, everybody's got issues, right? But, what's up, Monkey 65? A lot of times, we use to pacify whatever it is we're going through, right? So, what's up, Brian the alien? So, it's just about being comfortable with who you are and not letting, Unk says, I got some big old boots on. Okay. You at work or what? We just have to be comfortable with who we are. What's up, County of New York State? Finding peace in who we are and not letting others dictate who we think we should be, there's value in all of us. And, well, hit that sub, Brian. You're a Michael Jackson dancer. Interesting. How was that movie? Easy life, and I'm Vegan Doll says I have the easiest life and I'm still an addict. Damn. Well, hopefully you'll find sobriety. I'll tell you, life's a lot better when you are. I mean, you definitely have to deal with the issues that are in front of you in from a sober perspective, but it helps with making good decisions, So, and I know when I was getting high and using and stuff, I didn't always make the best decisions because, I just didn't care. It was all about how am I going to continue to get high? And, yeah, Christmas is right around the corner already, isn't it? But, yeah, it's once we're comfortable, it's a lot easier to move forward, I'm not quitting forever. Hopefully it works this time. Hey, good luck to you with that. Good Times TV. All you can do is one day at a time, bro. Like, if you start tomorrow, you just got to stay sober tomorrow. And, then once you get through that day, then you move on to the next one. And eventually, the motto of the channel is don't look at the mountain, just start climbing. Because if you look at it like, man, I can never do this again, that's overwhelming, right? Like, especially if you've got a lot of time, using. So, looking at the big picture, like, wow, I can never use again. Man, like, that's scary. But if you don't look at the mountain, you know what I mean, don't look at the bigger picture, just look at today. Uh, Using illicit narcotics. I'm a former addict. So I had 1 year sober and I was just so bored and tired. Yeah, I mean, it. We tend to fall back into our old habits sometimes, and the company that you keep has a lot to do with that as well. Uh, 20 years, I'm just exhausted from my life not progressing the way I want it to be. The drugs, I'm just tired of weed. Yeah. Hey, you know what? Like, you just gotta start. Maybe find a meeting to go to, like Narcotics Anonymous or Alcoholics Anonymous, and uh, find some people that are living the sober life and that are having fun living the sober life. Because a lot of times we equate using whatever our drug of choice is with fun, even though, to be honest with you, the way hey, I appreciate that, Mars Queen. Uh, Let me read what you said. Uh, I'm just tired of weed. I want my life to be better. That's the way I was with the meth at the end, to be honest with you. Uh, you know, uh, like I was tired, but I was just maintaining because my body was physically addicted to the substance. So, Common Sense says, January, I have 6 years clean from meth. So glad to be off that stuff. Hey, shout out to you. That's awesome. 6 years. That's amazing. Just, keep doing what you're doing. It's obviously working, So that is an amazing achievement. And you just got to start, And he says, so glad to be off that stuff. And that's what it is, Like I was just maintaining towards the end there. And like it wasn't fun anymore. It wasn't like in the early days, it was exciting and all that. In the end, it wasn't fun. Every time I left the house, I didn't know if I was going to make it back home. Probably going to end up in handcuffs or something. So just knowing that when I leave, I'm going to have the opportunity to come home. I mean, it sounds stupid if you've never lived that life, you may not understand. But like I was dealing meth, and so I was always running around with, well, not always, but a lot of times I was running around with large quantities, and large enough quantities to definitely get me locked up anyways. Let's just say that, but uh, I would leave the house and I'd kind of take a look, and I'd head out and just hoping I'm gonna make it back tonight, But yeah, that's definitely a great accomplishment. Common Sense. YB says, you look like a person named Jose. Hey, if you subscribe to the channel, you can call me Jose. Do you know who Diddy is? It says Birds Solas. I'm assuming you're talking about Sean Combs, a.k.a. Puff Daddy, a.k.a. Diddy. No Diddy. Yeah, I know who he is. He should be, from what I've heard, sounds like he should be sitting in a federal institution somewhere, but it is what it is. But yeah, so that's what we're talking about tonight. We're talking about sobriety. How did you guys get clean? For me, it was a prison term, ultimately. What's up, Project Boy? Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm chilling. We got a fire in the area, so it's a little smoky out here tonight. Not to mention the cigarette too, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, it. I ended up in prison. It wasn't what I thought it was going to be. California prison. Growing up, like I always felt like I was predestined to go, and when I finally did go and I seen it, it was so glorified by the homies and stuff. You're chilling, eating spreads, kicking it with the homies, smashing on fools. Wasn't all that. Wasn't all that. I mean, walking into reception, looking up and seeing the gunner made me realize, wow, common sense says, yeah, mine was getting locked up, then going to rehab with meetings and things. I couldn't have done it my own way. Same exact way I did it, bro. Like I got out, I went to the parole officer. I said I want to do a 90-day in-house program because I'm an addict. And the parole officer straight out told me, you don't need a program. I said, well, either you can refer me for a program or I'm going to go find my own program. But either way, I'm going into a program because, I had been locked up in and out so much. And I always said, you know what? I'm not going back to that lifestyle when I get out. And I always did. So, something needed to change. And that was the change that I needed. I went to a program. And to be honest with you, the first program isn't always going to be the right program. Like I walked to the first program, I went and got drunk. And alcohol wasn't even really like my main thing was meth. But it wasn't the right program for me. So I would go on to check myself into another program. Luckily, I didn't catch a violation on that. And you know, eventually, I found the right program and it worked. Along with the meetings and everything. I did the meetings for a while. I don't do them anymore. But I took all the information that was available through those meetings in the program and I put that stuff to work in my life. And that's what's allowed me to maintain my sobriety. I just surpassed 20 years of sobriety. And, you know, what's up, Joel? And here we are, Life isn't always perfect, but I'll tell you what, it's a hell of a lot better having a bad day out here than it is, behind them walls. Um, like I said, prison was so glorified to me growing up. The whole big homie syndrome of, the homie just got out type of stuff. Like it wasn't what I thought it was. And, it puts a lot of burden on the ones that we love. And, I was done, you know. What's up, Angelo? But, common sense says, same with me. I don't do many meetings. I went through the 12 steps and continue to apply them to my life daily. And I don't even have the urge to use meetings. Were very important early on, though. 100% agree. Yeah. We're talking about sobriety. How obtaining sobriety and maintaining sobriety. And what my channel's about is all the trials and tribulations I went through when I was an addict, and how I eventually got clean and stayed clean. I appreciate you tapping in. Hey, Joel, kick back, homie. Marco, I was on meth. Meth was my main one. I would say alcohol was secondary. But alcohol wasn't really, I was more of a social drinker for the most part. One of the times that I quit meth, I started drinking and I just substituted one addiction for another. Uh, but like alcohol, you know, alcohol was a substitute basically. Are you on drugs right now? Yeah, and I'm preaching about sobriety. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Joel, your Legion too? Man, you got two devices set up and running or what? Well, make sure you hit the like button on both of them and subscribe on both of them as well. So I just did a video on Ronnie Yandell. Uh, if you guys know who that is, he's allegedly a very powerful man in the California system amongst the white faction. And he was just he was viciously assaulted by a correctional officer in the restricted housing unit while he was handcuffed. And basically, what he's alleging is that the Green Wall tried to take him out. The Green Wall is a prison gang that was formed in, I think, Tehachapi decades ago. Joel's just all over the place, huh? But here, let me get that light out of everybody's face. But yeah, I did that video on Ronnie Yandell. Be sure to check that one out. Prison ain't the place to be. And even if you're powerful in there, that doesn't mean that, the guards won't go after you or stuff like that, So, here you go. But I got locked up in Cali and I ran with the Woodpile. Yeah, California, Southern California, the Inland Empire. I ran with the IE car in the Woodpile. Yeah, the IE cars was really deep everywhere I was, and so that worked out all right. But IE is the Inland Empire. Common sense. The Inland Empire is San Bernardino and Riverside counties, probably about 60 miles east of Los Angeles. If you're not from the area, but yeah, a lot of woods from the IE car, very deep in prison. In the places that I was mostly in the Central Valley when I was locked up in prison. But one of the issues with having a car that's deep is people politicking on one another. Especially, like, the thing is, if I don't know how it is in there now because they have that end of hostilities agreement that they came to, but when you have a bunch of violent people together, if you don't have a common enemy, you start cannibalizing your own, basically. It's not funny, but you start looking for stuff to politic on amongst each other, And when I was in there, though, it was wartime all the time. Uh, just about, everywhere I went, we were having riots, and uh, like it was off the hook at that time. Hey, do me a favor and hit that like button while you guys are in here, if you would. Really helps with stimulating the algorithm. Uh, but my on my last term, I got two. Like I wasn't in prison for very long, but I did a bunch of county jail time as well. Altogether, I probably did about 8 between county and prison. And you know, like I was on probation in 3 counties at one time, and like it was just back and forth and back and forth. Yeah, absolutely common sense. I agree. It to a certain extent you're looked after. Hey, what's up, AZ Gunslinger? Shout out to AZ, and shout out to Arizona. But yeah, like prison's just a different world, and uh, the thing is, half of those dudes are using in there. That stuff gets in there. And uh, it's always some drama over somebody owes somebody, or uh, somebody ain't acting right, and disrespect, or you just get a kite from the back that says kick it off with this group. And you might not even know why, you know what I mean? But orders are coming from the big dogs, so of course you're going to do it. And, you know, it, it is what it is. I think you need Jesus, Joel. You need Jesus in your life. You need to go find a AA meeting or something. But yeah, I should have some more content probably dropping in the morning, maybe, or if not, Monday morning. Um, it seems like views are down right now. Uh, I'm not sure what's going on with that, but uh, be sure to check out that video on the Green Wall and Ronnie Yondell. Uh, it's good information, not stuff I usually talk about, but you know, wow. What's up, Evan Thompson? Yeah, it's starting to. There's a big fire not too far away, though, so it's cooling down now, but the air quality's garbage. We're getting a bunch of ash and stuff. So it's supposed to cool down next week, though, which is great. I'm not a fan of the heat at all. So what's everybody up to tonight? I'm just chilling. Gonna go hit the gym here in a little bit. Get a good workout in, and call it a night after that, I guess. But it's all about sobriety, though. You know, ever show up to a meeting high? That's a great question, actually. No, let me think. No, no, I never did. I've seen others do it though, uh, and get rushed out of there pretty quickly. But yeah, in the low 50s here in Michigan tonight. That's lovely. Yeah, I think we're probably still about 80 degrees right now here. So yeah, it can be tough, Evan. Uh, you know, alcohol and cigarettes are the thing is you can walk into any liquor store and it's right there in your face. That was one thing that was easier about the meth. I think was if I just cut off certain people, I didn't have to worry about it being around me. Like when I paroled, I went into a Walgreens with the gate money I had to get a sweatshirt because it was chilly out. They had sent me back down to Riverside County because there was a hold for me, and I hadn't really been smoking while I was locked up because they had already took the tobacco out. Now we would hit for tobacco here and there, but like I was had some decent time of not smoking under my belt, and went in there with no intentions whatsoever of buying cigarettes. Like I said, I grabbed a sweatshirt and something else, and when I got up to the register, I seen the Marlboro sign, and like it was almost like second nature to just say, "Give me a pack of Marlboro Reds." And it's kind of the same with alcohol, like like it's almost like you got to avoid the liquor stores and stuff, and even certain sections of like the supermarket, because it's not as difficult to not do it if it's not in front of you, but when you're standing there staring at it, it's like, well, shit, I'll just go ahead and grab a 12 pack or whatever, or a bottle. Like, I like to drink liquor when I was drinking, but, uh, you know, yeah, not, it's definitely not easy, but, you know, like I always say, don't look at the mountain, just start climbing. Don't don't think about the fact that you can never do it again. Just think about I'm not going to do it today. And then once we get through today, we'll face tomorrow when we get there. You know, if you have to tell yourself I'm going to drink tomorrow to get through today, just like Garth Brooks said, tomorrow never comes because it's always today, right? But yeah, it can that one's difficult in my opinion. But getting ready to join the military, fell asleep and was speeding, ran into a pole, died. Damn. Sorry to hear that, Joel. That's terrible. I, I appreciate you tapping in, Evan. And I wish you the best of luck in your journey with that. Um, like I said, it's and the thing is, you have to be ready. Uh, we always say, "Oh, I know this isn't good for me. I should quit." But if you're not ready, nothing's gonna happen. Unfortunately. So, but you I hate to be cliche, but when when you're sick and tired of being sick and tired, basically, then that's when you got to have a plan and put that plan into effect for some change, And it doesn't always happen the first time. Sometimes you got to bump your head a couple times to figure it out. But for me, I would realize for me it was okay, that didn't work. Let me take a mental note of what I did wrong and don't do that again. And the list got longer and longer, but eventually I had all the information I needed of what I shouldn't be doing. And like I said, the thing is, though, you have to be ready. So, excuse me. Yeah, sorry to hear about that, Joe, but, stuff happens, bro. Sometimes we make bad decisions, and, it's never too late to change that, though. And turn over a new leaf, so to say, and, start building on a better life. I think Rodolfo wants some attention. Yeah, absolutely. Common sense said it real good. That's a pretty common thing, Joel, to turn to drinking to deal with the pain. Like you want to. But one thing, here I am with the cliches again, but you're never going to find the answer to your problems at the bottom of the bottle. You know? Yeah, common sense did that great. Uh, but it doesn't deal with it, it just pushes it back and builds up. Exactly. When my wife says this all the time that, if you go party tonight, you're still going to have the same problems tomorrow. It doesn't change anything. Uh, it just puts it off basically, and it builds up. And it builds up, and then you dig a deeper hole, and you want to drink more because now your problems are getting bigger and bigger. And, if you're lucky, you get out. If you're not lucky, you end up in a DUI accident, or you end up arrested, and then that just compounds the problems even more. So, you know, but I'll keep you in my prayers, Joel. You can quit if you want to. Maybe just need a little bit of help. Maybe, like I said, find a meeting or something, and same with Evan. It's just a matter of finding a good support group. And I always talk about building a strong foundation. The people around you are going to influence the way you behave. If you're hanging around a bunch of alcoholics or addicts, what do you think's going to happen? Uh, I don't know if you guys are religious or not, but maybe go to church if you don't already, or if you believe in that even. Um, and that's not to say that those people are perfect either, but like I said, you build up what it is you want. If for me, when I was active in my addiction, there weren't any good people around me that weren't family. Uh, everybody was in the places they were because they supported my addiction basically in one way or another. Whether they were selling dope for me in order to help me pay for my addiction, or whatever the case may be. But hey, what's up, G? Uh, I'm not sure where Monk's at tonight. I heard he was close to the fire though. So I don't know. I hope Monk's doing all right though. Uh, did you guys check out the interview with Monk? I thought it was pretty good. Thing I ever went through in my life. He was my brother, basically. Yeah, yeah, it's tragic, bro. Um, but now it's up to you to make him proud, Joel, of who you are. You know? Did you? What do you think of it, G? I haven't done a bunch of interviews, so I'm still trying to work on that craft of doing a good interview. But I'm trying to diversify the channel a little bit because there's only so many stories I can tell about all the crazy shit I got into, when I was using. Maybe give other people a chance to tell some of the stuff they got into. Oh, did it? Oh, I didn't even know that. Huh. Yeah, and that's all up to you, Joel. Um, like I said, like you can Google AA meeting near me, and I'm sure a list of spots where there's meetings and times will pop up, and you can go to one of those meetings. You don't need nothing. You know what I mean? You can just sit in the back and listen, and as you become accustomed to how the meetings go, eventually you may be compelled to tell your story, or maybe you won't. But uh, you can go check it out and see what the vibe's like for you. Maybe if you see somebody that's got what you want in sobriety, maybe you could talk to them about being your sponsor, and they can walk you through those steps. And those steps are powerful. You know, uh, but like I said, the thing is, like you that's something you need to want. So I appreciate that, G. Yeah, that's yeah, and that's I'm looking to do more of that. Uh, I was gonna do another one with somebody, but they got a little bit impatient because I was busy. We had our anniversary weekend and stuff, and things got pushed back. But so I don't have anybody else lined up right now. I might have one, uh, somebody that's actually in prison right now. So I'll see how that goes if I can get that lined up. But make some calls to get the process started. Joel says I'm going to do it. I really want to quit. On Monday, I will make some calls to get the process started. Thank you, Broken Bobby. Hey, thank you, Joel. You know what? Like I said, you can do it, bro. If it's what you want to do, and like you can always leave me a message on here. I'm on TikTok too at Broken Bobby 72. You can leave me a message there as well. If you have any questions about the process, I'll do the best I can to help you with you know yes, you can, Q. Because you chose for us to celebrate. Yeah, I'll tell you about that after I'm done with the live. But yeah, somebody got impatient because I was supposed to interview him in and race car. Of course, Q. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, G. Like it's kind of stalled lately, and I'm not really too sure what's going on with that. But I'm working on it. Uh, Buck Mode 2 says, you ever been to a federal compound? No, I haven't. I was fortunate. There was a couple times where I came close to getting busted on some interstate transport type stuff, but didn't find it. So luckily, I never hit the federal system. Had that happened, I would have been a lot younger going in and probably would have ended up in a USP somewhere. So I'm thankful that that didn't happen. All my time was state time. And keep me updated, Joel, on what's going on with that. Like I said, you can send me a message if you need to, if you have any questions about what to do or whatever, and I'll do the best I can. Yeah, um, Buck mode. Yeah, I've heard those USPs are crazy. Uh, I know USP Victorville be rocking, and a lot of the other ones as well. No problem, Joel. You know, that's what this channel's all about, bro. Like, I want to help other people to get what I got, and it's kind of one of the concepts of NA and AA is you keep what you have by giving it away. And like I said, I don't do the meetings anymore. Like, I wouldn't be a good sponsor, if you will, but I can definitely do my best to point you in the right direction and definitely encourage you. So, yeah, you know. Oh, okay. Your cousin's doing 35. Damn. Hopefully he's doing well in there, man. That's a long time to do. High level USPs are bad for sure. I heard the low levels are kind of sweet. I wouldn't know though. And you're welcome, Joel. Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Those USPs, I hear people will get off the bus and lock it up before they even make it out to the yard. And I've heard stories where the guards say, "You better get a knife." Like, can you imagine a guard telling you you better get a knife to be on the yard? That is insane. But it's a reality. About how he wants it. Well, supporter, I'm always here. Well, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, and I'm working on getting more interviews, G. And let me put that out there right now. If anybody's interested in doing an interview with me, uh, hit me up at my Gmail, broken Bobby's transformation at gmail.com. And if anybody's interested in telling their story on the channel, I'd be glad to facilitate that. Just be patient with me because, I work a full-time job. I have a family. I have grandkids. Uh, busy life. And doing the YouTube thing, like I don't put as much content out as some people would probably like, but I do the best I can to do that. Yeah, and that's true, Buck Mode. A lot of people check in before they even get there. You are Ross G. You are Ross. Joel says you are Ross G. I'm Target. Wow. I always think it's the responsible amount of beings around you and pass. Not fair walking up what they droopy poopy because I know your character and I feel safe inside of your pure. I don't know what the hell you just said, Taylor Sailor. G says vlog your work day. Unfortunately, where I work, they have rules against that. It's hot over here, Steve. Still hot. There's a big fire burning not too far away. And, so the air quality is not good either. It's, I'm faded off. Yeah. Buck Mode says, did anyone get killed while you were serving time? Yeah, actually, when I was in reception, the Pisces hit one of their own, and they ended up, I don't know if they shot the dude that was hitting the other guy or what happened, but it was out. I was inside the building, and that was out on the yard, but the word spread around pretty quickly that had happened. So, and um, Yeah, it was. I mean, the highest level I ever seen was a 3 yard. I seen some people get removed, but like it's hectic for sure. Uh, hey, you do the same, Steve. It's it's vlog, Joel. Let's argue. Vlog, vlog, whatever. But excuse me, Taylor Sailor on fire. Hey, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and check out my playlist. There are hundreds, literally hundreds of videos that you can go and check out. Uh, Spitting like a little dog. I've been out. I paroled in February of 2006, so I've been out for 18 years. Been sober for 20 now. Nah, they're real. They're they actually had to sign something a while back saying that we couldn't record any. Uh, what was that word they used? Proprietary stuff that they use, such as their computer systems or uh, like even the yard trucks, anything like that. So, oh, hey, what's up, Monk? Monk is in the chat. So you did go to Riverside after all. Okay, cool. Well, you be safe out there, bro. Hope you have a great night. Hey, I appreciate that common sense. Walmart is better than Nordstrom, says Joel. Ghetto G. Wow. Hey, I appreciate that, Buck Mode. Yeah. Uh, for me, like I said, it all started with sobriety. Once I got off the stuff, it was a lot easier for me to make better decisions. And, to be honest with you, I had let down the family so much. Like, I owed it to them as much as I owed it to myself to get things right, Like, I had kids and stuff, and they're looking looking up to me. And what am I showing them? That it's okay to be locked up and in and out of jail all the time and high and shit, I mean, so anyways, like I said though, if anybody is interested in coming on and doing an interview with me and telling their story, I'm definitely open to that. You can hit me at brokenbobbystransformation@gmail.com, and we can arrange that and hopefully get something going. Were you locked up with any other YouTubers? No, not that I know of. I was in a facility where there was a somewhat of a celebrity. The He was in that group Color Me Bad, and he was running with the Southsiders. He's a really cocky mucker. I wanted to bomb on his ass, but I think his name was Richie Zamboni or something like that. I'm talking to probably about the fires near me. Yeah. Uh, yeah, no other YouTubers though. Yeah, the job won't let me record. They, we actually signed some paperwork on that like 6 months to a year ago. Yeah, unfortunately, the company that we subcontract to has a strict no recording policy in their yard. So, yeah, it is what it is with that, Are you? All right, let's all be nice, huh? But yeah, we're coming up on an hour here. So I'm probably going to wrap it up here in the next 5 minutes, 10 minutes or so. But, I appreciate everybody tapping in. Blood on the Razor Wire YouTube channel. Yeah, actually, it's Chad, right? Yeah, I enjoy his content. Like, he's very knowledgeable on the federal system. Uh, you can tell that dude's been around. He's a really smart guy, too. Uh, really good with the understanding the paperwork and the legal terms and all that stuff. You're showing them not smoking cigs is cool. Yeah. Wow. So, yeah, if you guys are new in here, be sure to subscribe. Do me a favor and hit that like button while you are in here. It definitely helps to stimulate the algorithm and get the message out. But, it's, like I said, it's all about sobriety, So, Joel, let me know what happens with that on Monday if you would. I would greatly appreciate that. Like I said, you can send me a DM. I'm on Instagram also, Broken Bobby 72. I don't really look at Instagram too much, but I'm on TikTok quite a bit. So if you send me a message over there, I'll get it right away. And, if you have any questions, I'll do the best I can to help you with that. And I think we're going to wrap it up for the night, guys. I don't think I got much going on tomorrow, so I'll probably be back on again tomorrow night. Same time, same station, so be on the lookout for that. I appreciate all the good comments in here. I feel like this was a really good live. So just remember, about the foundation that you build. If you build a crap foundation, you're going to have crap, Hey, I appreciate you, Common Sense. It was a pleasure having you in here tonight. Like I said, the foundation you build is the foundation you're going to have. If you surround yourself with a certain type of people, chances are you're going to be that type of person as well. So with that, everybody have a great night. And don't look at the mountain, just start climbing.